color blade should you use to make your spinnerbait more visible in muddy water? Good morning, guys and girls. August the 8th, one of my favorite books of the Bible, as you know, Ephesians 2:10. Ephesians 2:10. Oh my, this is really a good one too. God made us to do good works, which God planned in advance for us to live our lives doing. Think about that one for just a minute before I figure out what I wrote on this. God made us to do good works, and He planned in advance for us to live our lives doing those good works. So if you wonder why God might have the grace and the mercy to save you and cover up all your sins by having His Son die on the cross and rise again 3 days later to prove that we could do exactly the same thing, that we could live eternally with Him, this is one of the reasons He did it, so we could live our lives doing good works, doing good deeds, doing good things for other people. Let's see what I wrote about that. Oh, something else just popped into my mind. I'll tell you at the end. Today's fishing reels are technical works of art. We've come so far in my lifetime with reels, it's hard to imagine how they could get any better, but somehow they will continue to improve. We started such a simple concept, but now actually we have computers in our fishing reels. And we've done all this just to make fishing more pleasurable for you and for me. God is also in the improvement business. He can take a simple, saved sinner and transform that person into a mountain of blessing and good to millions. I think of a couple of our friends here on our YouTube channel, Valerie and Angela, how good they do to so many other people just right here on our YouTube channel. Not talking about the good that they do to friends that they, talk to and visit with all the time, but just what good they do they've done to Chris and I. He's done it time after time, and He's done it throughout thousands of years. He saved, listen to this, He saved each individual Christian to do good works. Yeah. Talk to God today about the good works He has planned for you to do. I was talking on the telephone to a buddy of mine, George Gregory from over in Memphis. I met him over there one time when I was speaking at Bellevue Church. He's actually from Trinity Baptist over around Memphis. Used to fish tournaments, a good buddy of Bill Dance, and he called, and we were just visiting on the phone, and somehow he got to talking about how worn out he was from farming. Well, actually, he calls it farming. It's gardening, but at his level, it's probably is farming. And, this is the first year Chris and I have ever had a garden, and we're loving it. But he told me about planting 500 tomato plants, 500 squash plants, 500 okra plants, 500 cucumber, and on and on and on. The numbers varied, but most of them was 500 plants. Now, I've got, I don't know, a dozen maybe, or 15 or 20 okra plants, and I have to cut okra every day. But he does this, obviously not for himself. I mean, he couldn't eat all of that if he ate 24 hours a day. But he does that in order to give food away, fresh fruit and vegetables, I guess, but to his friends, to his church members. He wants them to enjoy the same thing that he's enjoying with that garden. It's just amazing when you think about it. And he mentioned a friend of ours over there that his mother had died, 88 years old, which is a great celebration of life. And he had about 30 people at his house, and he took him, he said, virtually a pickup load of vegetables over there, squash and cucumbers and tomatoes and okra and corn and all this kind of stuff he had planted because they had all the people over at their house where they're preparing for her funeral and doing the celebration that we do when we lose a family member that has lived such a rich, blessed life. But that's exactly what this verse is talking about. God planned on him in advance and saved him in advance, planned on him to live his wife doing good works. Isn't that amazing? That is just so wonderful. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay. Let's look and see what we got down here for a tip this week. We kind of talked about it a little bit earlier. Here's the answer. A white blade is more visible on a spinnerbait in murky or muddy water. Now, you know that I believe that you need to run your spinnerbait into stuff in order to have better success at it. Bump the stump, bump the structure, run into the side of the boat dock, let it hit something and deflect off just a little bit. That'll get you more bites. In order to do that, in order to keep from getting hung up, you need to be able to see that bait. So once you get it down under the water where you can't see it, it becomes really difficult. But if you're fishing really in muddy water, you might not be able to see a bait, but just a few inches down. If you got a white blade where you can see that white blade and see the structure you're going to bump into, you'll have more success with it. It's amazing how well you can see that white blade. You know, and it's one that not very many people use. Try it today. Hey, guys and girls, go out there and have you a great one. This is a great day God's made for us to have a super time in. And remember, I love you.